Hello everybody and welcome to the literal hottest day of the year. And I don't really have that much backlog, so I'm going to have to record today anyway. After this whole heat wave thing is over and done with, I'm going to record a couple of episodes of backlog because this is just, frankly, stupid. I can barely record one episode a day. If I record an episode for half an hour at a time, I'm literally melting afterwards. And I don't like that. So it's 9:30 p.m. It's still. Let's actually check the temperature live. Swallowed our encounter for this cave. It's still 37 degrees Celsius at 9:30 p.m. The predictions say that it won't even go under like 30 tonight. Which I wonder how I'm going to sleep. And I haven't really slept all that well over the past 2 nights because of the heat. I don't take heat well. And having to turn off the fan and close off my door and everything to record this episode for the... It's... I shouldn't be doing this by all accounts. What I should be doing though is thinking about how I should catch this swallowed. I'm not going to make the same mistake again. What I'm going to do is I am going to go into Tien, which is 10 levels higher. Yawn is going to be so useful for catching Pokemon in the future. I'm going to low kick. That was way closer than I thought it was going to be. Well, I don't have to attack it anymore either way, so... wow. Just wow. For a second there, I was afraid that I had used all my Pokeballs on trainer Pokemon in the last episode. But I do think we bought a couple... Oh no, this is going to be difficult. That's not good. And the funny thing is, even if we catch this Swallowed, that's not going to help with our Psychic type weakness. Because Swallowed is also weak to Psychic type. It's going to be a Psychic type killing us in this Nuzlocke. I predict it now. A Psychic type is going to end this. That being said, Swallowed isn't going on our team because we've only got 4 Pokeballs left. And does the Magikarp you can buy count as an encounter in the Pokemon Center? Or as an encounter in Mount Moon? Or on the route? Or do you just not get it? Because usually that would be a Magikarp, but it could be something very useful. And I'm gonna go ahead and say that if we do not catch this Swallowed, I'm actually going back and buying that thing. No matter what it is, it'll be useful for us. If in this last ball we're about to throw, Swallowed does stay, however, I will opt out of that Pokemon. Because on the one hand side, it's on that route. On the other hand side, it's in the Pokemon Center. It's a different map with, technically speaking, a different catch list because it doesn't have a catch list because it's a Pokemon Center. So you could claim some weird kind of pinwheel clause on that. And since we didn't get the Swallowed, don't give me a good Pokemon here. It's a Hoothoot, which actually, seeing as how we didn't get a Pidgeot in the last episode, Hoothoot would have been fairly nice. Also, in the last episode, I forget to add in the boulder badge after getting it, and I didn't notice until I was done editing it and everything, and I was like, I would have redone it, but I've already made the overlay with Nuzleaf in it, which means that I would have to redo the Seedot part as well, and it would just be annoying, and it was already exported and ready for upload, so I figured it's not that big a deal, I'll just fix it in the next episode. I'm very sorry if anybody's bothered by that. I think the guy on the top left here sells you the Magikarp, usually for 500. I don't have that much. Okay, what I'm going to do could potentially be stupid, but I'm gonna go back and face one of the optional trainers, get the money I need for that Magikarp, and get a Magikarp, because I'm actually very scared. I'm terrified to run into any flying up Psychic type. Because Well, Psychic type we can eventually fix when Joey gets a... Oh no, when we get a Leaf Stone we have to choose, because they both evolve with a Leaf Stone. That's not good. That's potentially... I mean, it's very easy. It's Shift Ray over Vileplume because of the type coverage thing, because we need something to counter Psychic types. And we don't need more weakness to Psychic types, so it's going to be Nuzleaf. 100% for sure. Also, I could really do with a Water type, because while Tian isn't weak to Fire types, getting burnt kinda makes him useless. So... there's a lot of things that I'm weak to, and frankly, it's a miracle that this... I didn't want to use that. It's a miracle that this Nuzlocke hasn't gone very badly yet. And I mean, why would you use it again? And you roar me out. I'm not gonna stay in. It's just going to distribute your experience a little bit thinner. That's the only thing you just accomplished, and you won yourself a turn. Hooray. Okay, getting into the actual episode here rather than just complaining. This might be a little bit of a complaining episode because, frankly, I'm a little bit grumpy because I didn't sleep well and I'm starting to get really annoyed by the heat, and I've already complained about that, so I won't get too big into that. Sunspore could be potentially very useful. One of the very first capturing moves we got. Does that put us up to 500 or does that not put up to 500? Okay, we're going to have to face another trainer. I've been thinking since... I don't know when this Nuzlocke is going to end. It might be this episode, it might be next episode, it might last for another 15 episodes. I was going to say 50, then I figured, no, it's not going to last for 50 episodes either way. It's going to probably be at most like 20 episodes and then I'll just have completed the game. Right, maybe 25. Half an hour each, and it would be about 10 hours. Sounds about right for my pace, with a randomizer and everything. So, the next game after this, I've been thinking a couple of things, and I figured, why not just ask in time for this video to go up, and then you guys will have some actual input in this, because I've been thinking I should maybe do a Pokemon X Nuzlocke, because I think since my first release Let's Play, which was on camera, I didn't have a 3DS capture card back then. Seismic Toss, who wants to learn that? Of course you do. Who else? A gravity fed throw that causes damage matching the user's level. I never knew that. Wow. Huh. I did not know that that's how Seismic Toss works. No, I do want to learn it. I'm just getting confused by buttons. That's all. I'm just a little bit stupid. And then I think at some point I did a Wonderlock, which lasted all of 4 episodes before I lost it. But I'm thinking maybe I should just do a normal Nuzlocke of Pokemon X. And then I was thinking, I do like Gen 6, but I like Omega Ruby a lot more than Pokemon X. Then again, I haven't played Pokemon X in a long while, and I have replayed Pokemon Omega Ruby quite a few times. So maybe stick with the one I like more, maybe stick with the one I haven't played as much and give it another chance. And then I was thinking, well, maybe I want to do a Pokemon Sun or Moon Nuzlocke, because I haven't ever Nuzlocked those games. I've only done my first playthrough of them. And it wouldn't be Ultra Moon, because that's the game I'm actually breeding a living Dex on, and I'm not deleting that save file for a playthrough, so it would be regular Pokemon Sun. And those are the 3 options I'm kind of leaning towards. That being said, don't let those options limit you guys. I just want you guys to tell me what series would you like me to do. If you want me to do something that's not Pokemon related, maybe? I kind of doubt it. What kind of Pokemon game, what kind of challenge in those games. I'm going to have a hard time doing randomizers and that kind of stuff on 3DS games, because I don't know what the current state is of 3DS emulators and the ROMs, and if there's any like hacking community around those games. And randomizing patches and such, and if there is, I might actually be able to do that, but just tell me what you guys want to see, even if I don't do it right after this one. It gave me a gap. That's amazing. It gave me a Gyarados. Oh my, I didn't think of a name, but that's hysterical. Usually you get a Magikarp and you have to grind it up to a Gyarados. He just gives me a Gyarados. What are the odds? I'm going to name you... Actually, I'm going to look up how to spell this while I complete my sentence from before. Because even if it is not the playthrough I am doing right after this, which will probably be one of the three I mentioned before, I want to have ideas for what I can do even after that one, because my plan is to stick with doing more series after this one and after that one and after that one, and just see how long I can keep going before things inevitably mess my schedule up again. So please do tell me, give me some inspiration. That'll be the common question of the day. Just tell me what kind of challenges you want me to do. What should be the next series? AVG, you're not going to be the next series, that much is for sure. Yeah, okay. It's going to be Unagi, because it reminds me a little bit of the Unagi, the water serpent monster from Avatar: The Last Airbender. The one living near Kyoshi Island, and that's a really obscure name because it's literally only shown in one episode and then mentioned in another episode. I think the word Unagi is maybe said under 10 times in the entire Avatar: The Last Airbender series. So, Unagi, what are you going to have as far as moves go? Only trash. Okay, this is going to be interesting. But at least we've got another Pokemon, and it is a water type, and it is also a flying type. So we have a little bit more type coverage. Finally. Now we're going to have to switch train Unagi. But since Tien is such a high level anyway, that doesn't matter too much. Let's go into Mount Moon, and I very much doubt that we can actually make it through the entirety of Mount Moon. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. Okay, so that's some free experience for Unagi, because Abra can't attack, and it can't teleport out of the battle. So we're just gonna trash and see how much damage this does. Probably not a lot. Enough to kill it in one more hit. Which is all we need, because Trash goes for 3 turns, I believe. Trash is a very dangerous move to lock yourself into. Well, locking yourself into any given move in a Nuzlocke is very dangerous, of course. That only gave us a level and like 60%. While a Blastoise that was 1 level higher before for Tien gave us like 2, like, oh, that's an Aerodactyl, that would have been neat. I mean, I very much doubt that we could have caught the Aerodactyl. Don't get me wrong, but it would have been neat. Aerodactyl, again, being a flying type. If we had a water type move on Unagi... Oh my god, no. Okay. Would have been nice here. I guess Karate Chop is neutral against you? It's powerful enough because I'm over-leveled. Unagi is getting levels fairly quickly, so before long Unagi will actually be able to deal some real damage against some real opponents here. Especially if it's something like the Sword we faced before. I'm not quite comfortable having that happen yet though. That being said, Intimidate is so good to lead with. Not on a Swallow of course, because it doesn't really do much here. So yeah, a low kick just about didn't kill it last time. Karate Chop definitely is going to annihilate this Swalot. I'm 200% sure of it. Either that or Swalot is a lot heavier than I remember it being. Apparently Swalot is so heavy that low kick actually deals more damage against it. And now I'm asleep. Oh, that's annoying. I don't know what to do. I can't just... I got paralyzed like 15 times last episode. So I'm probably going to stay asleep for the maximum amount of turns. Because the universe hates me, apparently. I don't know why. The universe really doesn't want me to win in any given challenge, I don't think. I mean, that Garchomp in episode 3 of Hard Gold, I'm not gonna get over that. Garchomp is on the blacklist for Pokemon. That being said, if we can get a Gibble, a Gabite, or a Garchomp in any playthrough we do after this, because I am fully aware, of course, that we can't get it in this game. I picked this game because it doesn't have Garchomp. I will gladly take it, but I just don't want to fight any of them anymore, like ever. Because I'm traumatized. I'm going to skip you as a trainer because there's plenty of trainer battles, and if possible I would like to make it out of Mount Moon in this episode. I'm going to fight some wild Pokemon because I don't think I can run away from them yet. As soon as I feel comfortable trying to run away, I will. Why would you use Wing Attack against a flying type is the question though. I mean, you're not predicting me switching into Tien. You're just not. I'm sorry, you outspeed me. Did the other Aerodactyl also outspeed me and did I just not notice? Because that's outrageous. That's ridiculous. I'm 11 levels higher. How does it outspeed me? Okay, so I'm going to try to run away. The good news, by the way, is that if Unagi manages to... Okay, I can't escape yet. That doesn't do much damage. That's the good news. That's part of the good news. The good news I was talking about, however, is if Unagi actually manages... Yeah, I have problems talking. I'm a little bit weird sometimes. If it manages to stay alive until after I defeat Misty, it gets water balls, because that TM is going straight onto him. Her. I don't know, I haven't looked yet. Knowing my odds so far in this series, it's going to be a female. It is a female, which, given that it's also still a 50% chance, which I am not sure that it is for all these Pokemon, but I think it is. There's so many Aerodactyl here. Lowers the odds of everything we've caught so far being female to, it was 6.25% last time, right? Yeah, I'm not going to be able to escape because these things apparently are very, very speedy. I probably should heal up Tien after this. That lowers it to 3.05125 or something, 3%. It's just fairly low. They did use agility because that would very much explain why it did outspeed me last time. I mean, it's a Generation 1 remake, but the Generation 1 type advantage glitch doesn't exist in this game, right? It's the glitch where even if a move is not damaging, if the type of the move is super effective against your Pokemon, the AI will always use it. So, for instance, agility, I think is a psychic type move. It might not be. I'm going to, for this example, say that it's a psychic type move. When you send out a poison type or a... Well, actually, I'll just do a example where I know what I'm talking about. If you guys remember Twitch Plays Pokemon, that was a thing, right? That's how most people know about this glitch. The only reason they made it through the Elite Four is because Venomoth was sent out against Lance's Dragonite. And Lance's Dragonite knows Barrier, which is a Psychic type move, which is a move type that's super effective against Venomoth. But it doesn't do any damage. The AI is not smart enough to know that, however, so it will keep using Barrier, thinking it's going to be super effective, not dealing any damage and using Barrier again next turn, which then allows you to stall an enemy Pokemon after, for instance, poisoning them. Even if your Pokemon is much lower level, you can take advantage of that. I think that's not in this generation though. I think that was patched out right in Generation 2 already. So that was just really weird. And then again, I don't even know for sure that Agility is a Psychic type move because nobody ever uses Agility. At least I've never used it. Maybe these days it's very used in the competitive scene. I wouldn't know. I haven't battled competitively since like Gen 5, and even then I wasn't that good at it, so... that's not true actually. I did a little bit in Gen 6 because Mega Evolution was very interesting. Is Mega Evolution still used in competitive battles? I imagine it is, right? I mean, it's just a free upgrade to make Pokemon better. Better question, are Z moves used in competitive? Are they even allowed? And if so, are they viable? Are they? It makes the dynamic much more interesting because you can only use them once, right? That's how Z moves work? Just like Mega Evolution, or am I just forgetting stuff? I've not played Generation 7 in a while. Just don't judge me. I've not played Pokemon in a while, so especially the more modern and less used mechanics, I'm a little bit hazy on them. I just don't know everything about them. Still can't escape. Oh, because it's the same level as me. So this Mount Moon is starting to be very scary for me, and I'm starting to be very sweaty, and I still have at least another 10 minutes to go. Which means I'm 2/3 the way through, so it shouldn't be that bad, because it feels like I've only been recording for 5 minutes. I do have some very cold water here though with me, which I probably should have been drinking all along. I'm gonna drink some. That is cold. That literally came out of the freezer 2 minutes before recording. I was gonna say 2 minutes ago. So 25 minutes ago. It's still very cold though. Unagi is level 10 and still doesn't know any useful moves. We're going to pick up this Moonstone just in case we find anything that evolves using a Moonstone. Because that's just smart to do. I'm gonna use another potion just to be sure. The thing is, I really want to use different Pokemon against Aerodactyl than Tien. I want to use Iroh, but I just can't be sure that Iroh... Okay, this is really good because Marshtomp is actually very weak to Iroh. So Iroh can come in and absorb him to death. Would have been nice to... Now I have a little bit of burps and or hiccups. Thank you, drinking water helps. You cool off a little bit and then you have even more difficulty talking. It's a good day today, isn't it? It would have been nice to get that Marshtomp because I really like Swampert. I still have that shirt, by the way, I made so long ago. It's not for sale anymore, obviously. Where we have, does it have... It was a Mega Swampert Sap Sipper joke, because if it had Sap Sipper it would be pretty much immune to its most vulnerable typing. Electric, also interesting. Does it have Sap Sipper? No. Does it have... What's the thing Talonflame? Gives Talonflame priority. That ability. No, why don't I even want that? It was a really stupid design for a t-shirt. But I got one and I still have it, and I sometimes still wear it if I don't have anything else. It's not a particularly nice shirt though. It's kind of rough. Not very soft. That's what rough means. Grumpy Jr. We're running into your entire family, aren't we? We're going to annihilate you though, because, again, I have a little diversity, so I'm just going to power my way through, and Tien is going to be level 100 by the 3rd gym. I don't want this, but the only other solution is doing things that are not smart to do, and losing other Pokemon as a result of it, which then forces me into a Tien anyway. Which doesn't give them any chance whatsoever. I wanted to switch out. You're gonna have to trust me on this one, because why would I stay in here if I have a grass type user? It just wouldn't make any sense. I was just, oh, really? 1 HP. So I'm going to probably make it a little bit of a longer episode and make it out of Mount Moon, because there's only 2 trainer battles left and I can escape from most wild Pokemon at this point with Unagi, I think. So we're going to face the Rocket Grunts, we're going to face the Scientists, we're going to pick up a fossil which we can't do anything with for the foreseeable future. It'll turn into a Pokemon at Cinnabar Island at the very end of the game, which will be a free Pokemon at that point, which will be way under leveled, right? Or has it been bumped in level from the original? Because I think originally it's level 20, but something tells me that it's either level 30 or 40 in this version of the game. I can't remember though. I feel like it's a higher level than in the original, so it might be a little bit more useful, but as you can see, Tien is already level 20 now, and while that might be a little bit on the overpowered side, by the time we get to Cinnabar Island, even level 30 is not going to be quite high enough, so it has to be a really good Pokemon, or we have to have an empty spot in the team at the time for me to actually consider that Pokemon at that point. Again, or it has to fill out either a very powerful part, so it's a Psychic type. I just want you guys to be aware, it's a Psychic type. It doesn't have any Psychic type moves, but it most definitely is a Psychic type. It's also very weak, so I'm going to stay in. Unless it has hidden power Electric, which it doesn't. It's probably like... what is that even? What's not very effective against... Grass is neutral. Water? Just water? What does Gyarados resist? Because his typing is not that good, all things considered. I think that's a Charmander. Yeah, Charmander. Oh no, I should have switched out when I could. Never mind. Critical hits are on my side. I did not think about trash locking me in, and switching out actually allows you to break trash. That's a really weird sentence to say. It allows you to break trash. I'm going to give Unagi a potion just in case I face a Pokemon that I think Unagi with trash can take. And I don't think Tien needs the potion anyway. So this is the boss battle of Mount Moon. He has 3 Pokemon, I think. Yeah, 3. Starts with a Meditite. Adds insult to injury, because we could have had a Meditite ourselves. You know what? I think the best course of action here actually is staying in with Unagi, because I know for a fact that this Meditite at level 12 will have Confusion, because mine had Confusion, and it was level 12. So I'm going to Trash. That's going to do a significant amount of damage. That Bite won't do anything because you'll be dead by the time you can use it. Very easy first Pokemon. Credilli. I'm not gonna bother trying to give Unagi experience where it doesn't. Well, it needs it, but I'm more concerned about everyone staying alive. I can grind up Unagi a little bit between episodes if necessary. I don't even think it's necessary. I think it'll just work itself out naturally, because technically speaking I probably should have gone into Iroh there, because I think Credilli is water on a rock, or is it grass on a rock? I can never remember the Generation 3 fossils. I don't know. No, that's grass and rock, because Amaldo is... or is that bug and rock? You see, I just can't remember. I know Ladybar is a bug though. So, and Ladybar is very weak, all things considered. So I'm gonna go back into Unagi, give her some experience. I want to say him, but I'm trying to be good about this, about the whole gender thing. I don't think Ladybug can do anything against me. It's a literal Ladybug. Yeah, it died on 1 hit. I don't know what I was worrying about. This fight was easy. Cue up Misty absolutely annihilating me in the next episode. So far the series is going remarkably well. That being said, the last episode was very scary. Like every 5 minutes something happened. It doesn't really matter which one I pick because they're both random anyway. And for meme potential, I'm gonna go with Helix. Really, I went with Helix because that one was the one that's literally right in front of me. It really doesn't matter. Everything is randomized anyway. So now the question is, because I have to decide this before going in to the city which is called Cerulean City. Dynamic Punch and Dynamic Kick. Tian will be able to learn either both or one of them. Do I want them? I'll decide that next episode. Until then, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you have enjoyed this video, which hopefully you have. I know that I, in certain ways, have, and in other ways, definitely have not, because the temperature in my room and in my body have increased significantly over the past half an hour. So I'm going to turn on my fan again, I'm going to open that door, have the air conditioning cool me down, get me some more ice cold water, because this one is warming up quite a bit, I think, at this point. And I'm going to go back to playing Minecraft, which I've been doing all day. Maybe I'll talk about that in the next episode, which I won't be recording today because damn it's hot. See you all next time. Bye.